A cruise ship docks at Marina Bay, and suddenly, nobody is allowed to get off. Not because of bad weather, but because a 27-year-old man was found motionless on board, and police were called in before sunrise. Here's what happened. On Monday, the 19th of January, a cruise ship docked at Marina Bay Cruise Center in Singapore. But instead of the usual smooth exit, passengers say disembarkation was delayed, and many were left waiting with no clear explanation at first. Later, the Singapore police force confirmed why. Police said they received a call for assistance at around 6:35 a.m. on the 19th of January. When officers responded, they found a 27-year-old man motionless on board the cruise ship. An in-house doctor pronounced him dead at the scene. At this stage, police said no foul play is suspected, based on preliminary investigations. But investigations are still ongoing. Now, which ship was it? The cruise ship is believed to be Royal Caribbean's Ovation of the Seas, one of the major cruise liners sailing out from Marina Bay. According to cruise tracking information reported in the article, the ship had been on a round-trip cruise to Penang. It left Singapore on Friday, the 16th of January, and returned on Monday morning, docking at around 6:30 a.m. And here's where the situation gets even more eerie. A reader on a cruise blog shared that the ship docked on schedule, but as of 10 a.m., passengers still weren't allowed to leave the ship because the authorities had not cleared the ship. That same passenger recalled hearing something that sounded serious earlier in the morning. They said they heard two announcements of Alpha, 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 one after 4 a.m. and another at about 5:30 a.m. On Royal Caribbean ships, Alpha is reportedly the internal code used for a medical emergency. Another passenger also posted on Reddit saying their disembarkation was delayed for about an hour because the authorities had not cleared the vessel. So picture this. You already packed, ready to leave, the ship is already docked, but suddenly you're stuck inside. And then you hear emergency codes echoing through the corridors before sunrise. It's the kind of situation that turns a holiday mood into something tense and unsettling. The article also notes that Ovation of the Seas is a 16-deck Quantum-class ship, and it returned to Singapore last year after 8 years away. It has been sailing from Marina Bay Cruise Center until March, with routes to places like Penang, Phuket, and Bali, meaning many families and travelers will still be boarding this exact ship in the weeks ahead. And according to the cruise tracking information mentioned, the ship has already departed Singapore again for another trip to Penang. So the big question now becomes, when something like this happens on a ship packed with thousands of people, what more should passengers be told? And how transparent should cruise operators be when there's a death on board? Do you think cruise companies should announce what happened clearly to all passengers, or keep things quiet unless necessary? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you found this update useful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to 2230, because we bring you the stories that people are talking about in Singapore with the details that matter.